Welcome to my Khazdhuli Expedition Adventure Showcase video. This is a repeatable adventure that, like the other two repeatable adventures that give um, seasonal relics, this is related to the Khazdhuli Mines, Season 1.1, and the other two expeditions are the um, Flame Tree Expedition that gives relics for season 1.2 and the Dreamhold expedition that gives relics to season 1.3. This is, as I said, a repeatable adventure, and this is the Khazdhuli relic. Now you can use these relics to upgrade the Khazdhuli items from season 1.1 as well as the unique item in season 1.1, which is the Shield of Anthrite, as well as the variant from season 3.3, Temporal Machinations, which is the Anthrite variant for the Khazdhuli set, and the Guard of the Belligerent Shield for the Ancient Dragon set. You can use these relics to hone either one of those items, or you can use them in the tavern with Evelyn to transform them to a different type of relic. I don't have, I only have one Khazdhuli relic left because I spent a lot of them in honing. So it's good that the adventure is back to be farmed. As you can see, I have lots of Flame Tree relics and Dreamhold relics from the last adventures from those two. As I said, this is a repeatable adventure. At the end of the adventure, you will get one tier 4 Khazdhuli relic, as well as one epic duck scroll and one epic duck room. But there are other things that you can find in this adventure, of course. As usual, 5 different difficulties. The higher the difficulty, at the end of it, the more gems you will get. But my advice, as usual for repeatable adventures, is quantity over quality. If you can do one champion run in 20 minutes and one veteran run in 10 minutes, it is worth doing 2 veteran runs in those 20 minutes instead of one champion. Try to do as many as you can. And remember that at any point in time, you can click here at the top right, the question mark, and you can lower the difficulty in the middle of the run. Let's scroll out so I can show you. It's a straight path if you go through the south path from start to end, but it has 4 side paths here, 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 and here. There is one Fey gift, 2 merchant shops, and this special node. Now, if you are not interested in any of the side roads, you can go straight from start to finish. That will be, if I'm not mistaken, 9 energy, but I'm going to show you what each one of the side roads can give you. So I'm going to buy one 5 energy. Hopefully I won't, because doing math in a live video is always dangerous, but hopefully I will be able to count the total energy required. So let's start with it. Also, remember that in repeatable adventures, and all adventures in general, the amount of experience you get from the fights is also excellent. So it's a great way to farm experience as well as everything else from the adventure. For me, the rewards of the adventure are the main curse and the gems and experience I get is a nice side dish from it. So first node is against the um, what's the name? A cave worm that has the endless hunger ability, gain 20% power while at full health. So just be careful that, as you can see, it increases the power, so it's gonna hit hard for that first round. But it wasn't enough to kill us, so he's dead. Let's go to the next node. Okay, so here's the first side road that you can take. It will bring you to this fight, and then we can preview what you can get there. You can get one enemy debuff, freeze, one player buff, reflect, or 100 spell shards for free. If you need a lot of spells shards, you can get it. Personally, I don't think it's worth spending the extra gems. Now, it is important to say that if you're willing to buy the Gong's Song for 150 crowns, crowns are the premium currency in this game, they can only be obtained with real money, you will have unlimited energy. So this is an option that you have if you want. Uh, you will get unlimited energy and 20% experience bonus. The adventure lasts for 5 days, so you're buying this bonus for all 5 days. And if so, then you can consider taking all the side roads to get all those extra benefits because you won't be spending any extra energy. But if you're just playing with energy normally, I don't think it's worth it. So let's go to the next fight. It's against Dark Dwarf. If armor is greater than 0, regenerate 10% of starting armor each turn. Not a particularly hard enemy, so we can say goodbye. And he's out. And here we get the second side road. This one brings us to this merchant, and we can preview here now. Legendary scrolls cannot usually be farmed in adventures. They are usually random drops. In here, you can farm them as well as legendary ice runes. Remember that the scrolls are used to both upgrade your spells and your minions of that color, in this case blue, and the ice rune, the runes are used to upgrade your equipment, excuse me, hone your equipment. Let me go here to the gear, for example. So if we have, for example, this track belt, these are the legendary ice runes that I will need to hone it to the 4th diamond, which is the legendary diamond. As you can see, I have 106 runes, so I have plenty of them. But when it comes to blue spells, I don't think I have many scrolls. Let me check. I think, yeah, this one would require legendary scroll. Okay, I have 83. So I have a good amount of them. I don't need to farm them. Usually it's epic scrolls, the ones that are a bottleneck, but just you know that this is a possibility. If you need legendary ice scrolls, and legendary ice rooms. You can also buy a rare relic for 100 gems, but I don't think that's worth it. So if you're interested, you can go through that battle. The next one in the main road is this one, which is the Mech Rider. The special ability, Infrared Radar, gain 5% block chance for each purple gem on the board. So as you can see, the block chance is pretty high. Now, this is a high level enemy. It's level 92, so its base block is already quite high, is 70.2 as well. So now it has maximum block chance and block damage reduction. But this is an elemental build, so I don't care about block chance. Easy enemy. And goodbye. Now, this is the next side road that you can take, and this is a quite important one. Let me show you why. So let's talk about scrolls for a moment. As I said, scrolls are very valuable because they allow you to upgrade both your minions and your spells of that color. For uncommon, it's a shared scroll between all colors. Same for rare ones. And at the start of the game, rare scrolls are a huge bottleneck that I, if you watch my story mode, let me show you my test character. The story mode farming video, I have 8 different character slots. The first 7 are one for each one of the classes in the game, and the number 8 is a temporary slot that I use, create a character, farm story mode, delete character, create a new one, rinse and repeat. If you do a full run of the story mode, you will get 11 rare scrolls per run, which is very, very good, and 7 random epic scrolls. There are 5 types of epic scrolls, one for each color. Now, going back to the adventure. In this adventure, the Khazdhuli expedition, you can farm epic scrolls. The epic dark scroll, you get one at the end of each run. In the Flame Tree expedition, you can farm epic fire scrolls. And in the Dreamhold expedition, you can farm epic poison scrolls. As you can see, I still have more than 100 dark scrolls from the last Khazdhuli expedition. I have over 500 from the last Flame Tree expedition, and I only have 57 from the last Dreamhold expedition. However, you need to take into consideration that I have a few, all these are green, I have a few green minions that I have already upgraded. So this is the reason why I spent so many green epic scrolls. So how about the other two? Well, light epic scrolls are only random drops. You can find them in chests, and the best way to farm them is just to do story mode runs where you get 7 random at the end, well, during the run in several chapters, in chapters from 8 to 11. And yeah, from those 7 drops, you can get 1. If you're lucky, maybe 2. If you're extremely lucky, maybe 3. Well, what about ice scrolls? The same as light scrolls. They cannot be farmed at the end of any repeatable adventure. However, and this is the point I'm trying to make, in the Khazdhuli expedition, You can farm them, but not just by doing the normal path, the normal long path until the end, but by taking this side road, which is the third side road. Okay, so this is the one I'm going to take. This battle costs 2 energy, is a dungeon. By the way, all these 1, 2, 3, and 4 side roads have a dungeon that costs 2 energy. So I'm going to spend this extra 2 energy for the dungeon. The first enemy is a frost giant that gains mana when taking ice damage. The second enemy is Leech, basic. Well, no, the Leech model is female. I don't remember which base model is this one, but the Wraith's Shadow takes 5% power when taking dark damage, and the boss is the Iron Alpha that gains 10% of starting armor and resistance every turn. Neither one of these enemies is particularly strong, so you shouldn't have problem killing them. So that's going to be 1. The mini boss, 2, and the boss, 3. And goodbye. Okay, so these are 2 extra energy, which means 20 extra gems. And let's talk about this reward. We get 1 legendary ice scroll, 1 epic ice scroll, and 1 epic ice rune. So this is how you can farm epic ice scrolls. Now, as I showed you, I cannot show you the merchant again, but remember that here you could buy 1 legendary ice scroll for 3,000 gold, but you get here 1 for free. Well, not free, you have to spend 20 gems. But if you really want ice scrolls for your spells, and well, my main character is the blue shaman, so I obviously want more epic ice scrolls to upgrade my spells. As you can see, half of them are still uh, requiring epic scrolls. This is the best adventure to do so. And if you have crowns and you want to spend them, it's a good idea to purchase Gong Song just so you can farm this node effectively. Again, it's 1 epic ice scroll for 20 gems. So we are in the next battle already, which is this Steam Golem. If resistance is greater than 0, regenerate 10% of starting resistance each turn. Easy enemy, not difficult or dangerous ability. And we are at the 4th side path, 4th and last, which is this one that allows to get access to this merchant. And here we can buy rare relics for gold, 1 epic relic for, well, 2 total for gems, and 1 Khazdhuli relic for gems. Remember that just at the end of the run, for doing 1 run, you will get 1 Khazdhuli relic. So if you go for this one, it will cost you 1,020. Those extra 20 is for going this side road. And for the rare relics and for the epic relics, the same. I'm not going to go this way because I don't think it's worth it. And as you can see, I have plenty of relics at this point in the game. And you can also farm them in story mode. So I'm gonna ignore this one. Following the main path, we get to the final dungeon. We have spent, I have 9, so we have spent 6 energy, but remember that 2 of those 6 energy was to go to this side way. So let's do the final dungeon battle. The first enemy is another steam golem. We already talked about him, not particularly difficult. The second enemy is the anthrite boar. There's 10% bonus damage if the enemy has no armor. So if you lose your armor, he's gonna hit you harder. And finally, the Great Anthrite Worm, which is the final boss, gain 20% power while at full health. Now, depending on the difficulty level, this enemy can hit really, really hard on the first round you face it. So make sure that you're strong enough, or in this case, tough enough to take it, or you can stun it or do uh, anything like that to prevent that hard hit, because that 20% power can be devastating. With this build is easy because I can stun him, so I don't need to worry about it. But just to show you, it's level 93 and has 26,000 power with the buff and 70,000 damage, which is not a small amount. So make sure that you can stun it or kill it otherwise, or inflict enough damage so he's not at full health. But as I said, with this build, it's an easy fall. And goodbye. So let's go back to the map for the last time. Yeah, so the main path only takes 7 energy. You get 4 energy free for each run, so it's only costing you 3 energy to get to the finish line. If you're playing on Novice, you will be spending 30 gems and recovering 25, so you will spend 5 gems per run, but you're getting very good rewards. So even if you can only play on Novice, it can be worth to farm. But if you play on Veteran or Champion, you're making bank. And obviously, the higher you play, the difficulty, the more gems you will get. But even if you're just farming at Veteran or Champion difficulty, for the gems is very, very profitable. And here, because I took this side road to get to the epic ice scroll, I just spent 2 additional ones, so it's oh no, excuse me, I said 7, 8, 6. Yeah, 6. Sorry about that. It's 6 energy, so 20 instead of oh my god, it's 2 a.m. Sorry about that. It's 20 energy that you're normally spending. So, I mean, 2 extra energy, so 20 gems. Forget what I said. But yeah, the normal path is going to be 6 energy. And by taking this side road, you will spend 2 more, so a total of 8 energy. And let's collect the end of the run rewards. And as I said, 1 epic dark rune, 1 epic dark scroll, and 1 Khazdhuli relic, which is tier 4. The game doesn't call it mythical relics. I don't know why, because this is the rare relic. This is the epic relic, and this is the legendary relic, but these are just tier 4 relics, whatever. And that's the adventure. As you can see, it's a short one, but it's very, very good if you want to farm either Epic Dark Scrolls or Epic Ice Scrolls or both. And that's the video. If you like it, please like, comment, subscribe, and thanks for watching.